Hello and welcome back to Ghosthunter. This is Bio Enchanted, and today we will be exploring the first part of the second real level of this game, which, as you may have guessed from the architecture and the unique doors, is a ship. We are currently in the hold, so let's explore a little bit and see what we can find down these stairs near this tank. This actually took me a while to remember how to do the first time when I was replaying this level for the practice run.
Bravo team receiving. Mission objective complete. Explosions in place.
But that was because I didn't quite know what I was meant to do. Because I knew I was trying to get onto this tank, but I couldn't find the exact pixel you need, which is this tiny ladder that you can barely see. You can't get onto this tank from any other angle, but when you do manage to get onto it, this happens, and this is pretty fun. Yep. Unfortunately, we don't get to actually drive any tanks in this game, but this is at least somewhat satisfying, having these massive explosions every now and then. It's something unique and interesting. It definitely brings a very military thing to mind when it comes to this level. So let's continue exploring in the hold and see what else we can find.
Alpha team, status please. Alpha team, do you read?
Alpha team reporting, sir. Enemy sighted. I repeat, enemy sighted. Area B, location compromised.
Fall back, Alpha team. I repeat, fall back, Alpha team.
The only thing I quite like with this level is the way it introduces the primary characters of the boat by having them kind of reacting to your presence and the fact that things are randomly suddenly exploding in the hold. It gives them a much more dynamic feel. Because unlike the rednecks who didn't really, before you actually met them, they didn't really seem to have much beyond the usual kind of generic enemy AI stuff. These guys are actually behaving like an actual military. And you can hear them giving orders and stuff, which gives them a lot more personality, even before we've even met them. So yeah, we had to load this tank, but now we can use the turret whenever the hell we want. I like that wonky camera angle now that we've blown half the ship open. But yeah, the tanks basically, we can use it to really badly weaken these guys, so we don't have to actually fight them on foot. Of course we'll need to get out the tank to use the grenade, but I'm going to do as much damage as possible like this, because it's the easiest way to damage them in this room. It's a nice little gimmick as well. It's a neat little way of changing things up. I like that they give you an opportunity to just play with a tank turret. But yeah, this guy's obviously not going to drop any more health, and I realise that when he's at 1 health at this point. Eventually you know to stop shooting when they stop giving you stuff, pretty much. And even then, sometimes enemies can be a bit tighter, so yeah. And one thing I like about this game that we have noticed before is that whenever you get anywhere near something to capture, they will give it to you in cutscenes, and they go, as you saw when he picks up the health when leaving the first boss, for example. Just when it just kind of zoomed over to him. If it's an engine cutscene, which all of them are, he will pick up any nearby stuff that his character script can run through, which I quite like, because it means after a boss, if you're low on health and there happens to be health on the path, you'll at least get a little bit of a boost. Yeah, these guys are quite annoying to fight because they're very fast, unlike the military guys, unlike the rednecks rather, who tend to just kind of stand there on the rooftops and let you shoot them. Well, they did some small amount of dodging, but for the most part they were fairly stationary when they weren't specifically dodging you. These guys run around all over the place because they're trying to flank you, because we're fighting the actual military here. Non-dead military, but still a militia. So finally it's time to advance through the door we just blew open. Now that we've killed pretty much all of Alpha Team.
I repeat, Delta team under attack. Unidentified hostile area compromised. Engaging. Repeat, engaging.
That's a mistake on their part.
Delta team,
there's a bit of a jump cut here because I needed to pause it for something happened. There we go. So this fight's much harder because there's a lot more of them and there's a lot of cover for them to take. So it can be quite annoying to actually hit them in this particular room. And because they have machine guns, unlike the hillbillies, they can hit you quite badly if you give them a chance to. luckily we managed to pull quite a lot, but yeah, there's already 3 guys at once pretty much here, so we're going to use the hit and switch method that we did in the new school with those Death Angels. They were pretty much just like shoot them until they give energy, then release a grenade, then they put it in someone else, pretty much, is the thing of the day for these guys. Yeah, these fights can be a bit long because there's often quite a lot of them, and these rooms are very packed with places that they easily hide, so hitting them can be a problem as well. But they're at least somewhat fun to fight because of that, because they have much more dynamic AI than even the hillbillies did, so... Also, this level isn't nearly as long as the swamp. No level in this game, as far as I recall, is nearly as long as the swamp. So this level will not drag on as badly as that one did. That was annoying by the end of things. That swamp was like an 8-episode behemoth. These levels are more 4 episodes each coming up. So they're still a decent chunk of length, but nowhere near as monumental. I mean, like, the swamp itself is probably like a third of the game on its own almost. And that's a little hyperbolic, but yeah, it was a lot. So I'll probably say a quarter. But that's counting the fact that the other videos have a little bit of padding in the school as well. So it's technically 5 levels, pretty much. Like, there we go. Let's finally get rid of this guy. And we're slowly whittling them down.
Delta team respond. Over. Blast. Calling all units. All units. Delta team are down. I repeat, Delta team are down.
So we've just crushed Alpha and Delta, except for this one guy who's somehow survived. So let's just take care of him. Well, not... I wouldn't say survived, given the circumstances, but... There we go. He's now MIA. Again, I hesitate to call him dead, given the context. So we certainly didn't kill him. And here we have a new enemy type. These guys are pretty interesting, although madly annoying to fight because of what you need to do with them. You may have noticed a particular mechanic we used earlier that was optional against a particular enemy type. These guys, it's mandatory. So with these guys, what we do is you put a grenade in and weaken them as much as you can, but something to notice with the minigun guys is they actually have 2 people in them. Because there's a smaller guy, you can just see that on the left, straddled over the minigun that you have to kill as well. So here, putting the grenade in on his own is not going to do anything. We have to take out both the big guy and the little guy. And there we go, the little guy's taken out, so now we have to get up close and try and get it to register, because this is a really annoying mechanic to try to do on purpose. But there we are. So yeah, what you do is you weaken both the heads on that thing, and then shove a grenade straight in its throat, which is a pretty fun idea, but again, as you just saw, it can be a pain to get it to actually register. The game is trying to do something there, but its controls just aren't quite good enough. So let's switch here. It took a while to load it, but yeah, that's all that you can notice in this game as well. It often... A lot of his buffering comes not in loading screens but in the animation, so he'll often just kind of stop moving for a while until the next area loads, at which point he'll finally progress. So let's pick up a bit of health and access the puzzle elements of this section of the level, the freezer. Here, of course, we need to unfreeze the doors. So what we do with that is we blow open these pipes to somehow thaw it. I don't know exactly how that works. It's probably cold, but yeah. And then each of those releases one white, one blue phantom that we have to take out, which are fairly easy, so it's really more of a nuisance than anything else. But now we can progress to the next room. And of course, these get more complex as the sequence goes on. Otherwise, it won't be much of a puzzle, would it? Without any build-up. I quite like how each room's getting more and more built up with the ice and everything like that. It's pretty cool. Also, the switch is a little better hidden. Slightly. Because it's over on this side of the room. There we go. Let's take out this blue phantom now. I quite like the drums and the music for this one because it feels like a much more military theme because of them. This game definitely does a good job differentiating levels by giving them slightly different bass lines and then building the music off that. So here's this switch is actually fairly well hidden. It can be hard if you don't know it's behind you. It can be hard to see that. So let's take care of this white phantom, blue phantom, rather this thing. Spook. Well, I keep calling them phantoms, but they're spooks. But whatever. Like then, once we've captured this, we can solve an actual puzzle. Well, it's a little finicky, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it after crossing this spook. There we are. You may have noticed the astral place and the fact that there's a bunch of debris in the way, so what we'll need to do is fairly obvious, really, but actually doing it can be somewhat finicky because of the positioning you need to use. So let's switch to astral. You can have it load her. One of the game's major flaws here is the way it buffers the animations. It can make it kind of annoying to play at times, where it's like, come on, just load astral, it's a single character model, you arse. So here's what we need to do here, poltergeist, and smash the shelves, but it requires very specific positioning. You have to be in front of the entrance door facing the shelves, otherwise it just won't work. As you can see, even then it requires pixel perfect positioning to actually make it happen. Like, we used quite a lot of ectoplasm just getting in position for that, but now we've used her power, we can move on. I kind of like that Astral gets her own little theme as well that kind of overtakes the main theme. So let's get a little more ammo from these guys, because this was something that the game told us we could do earlier. We could kill that for spook energy. Or spooky electricity if you prefer. And now we can progress to this door. After it shot us out the way, rude. Okay, I'm just doing a bit of road exploration. Seeing if there's anything interesting in these rooms. Just making sure there's no enemies in this area as well, because sometimes you can get a bit paranoid. Especially because the enemies are ones that you don't want to end up ignoring. Because they can easily start shooting you in the back, and that can be a problem if you... So I just like to make very certain that there's nothing around before I actually explore properly. And here's a fairly interesting set piece. The galley. Yeah, this minigun guy is completely encased by the kitchen cabinets, so we actually cannot reach him, which means we cannot take him out because we need to get up close to these guys in order to actually capture them. We can't just throw the grenade out and it just get shot back out again. We need to get right up close and personal after weakening them. So I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to weaken him a bit to get to stop shooting at us, and then I can move on from there. Cool thing is, all we're doing is staggering him constantly as well, so we can't actually get a beat on us with his miniguns. That's nice. And there we are, he's out of the way. So let's just get out of here. We'll have one member of Delta Squad surviving. Except this guy. I like the use of the mirror there. That's a fairly clever use of the scenery to kind of, not quite foreshadow an enemy, but warn you that he's coming. It's an interesting visual thing, even though it's not used that much, or like ever. It's that the only time it really appears in the game. But I like that it's there, because it adds an air of uniqueness to this area that otherwise it would be lacking. It's a cool, sort of a pseudo set piece. Let's take this guy out. Yeah, he certainly is going in, but not where he thinks he's going. Full ammo, so switching back to the machine gun, because why not? Pulse rifle, whatever you call it. The blue gun that shoots blue.
Can you hear me back there? You getting all these guys in that ghost prison of yours?
Most certainly. Exemplary ghost hunting, Officer Jones.
Thanks. It's just that, I don't know, man. I get the feeling I'm mowing down the good guys.
You are under fire, Officer Jones. What choice do you have? This is a totally valid part of your mission. Presumably. But your scruples vehicles are inappropriate. These are ghosts. Unlike your encounters in the swamps, these soldiers are not alive.
Interesting, he's actually getting introspective and recognizing what the player probably already has guessed at this point. That we are in fact fighting the heroes of this mission, we just need to get them to understand that. But at the moment, as the AI so rightly put it, they are currently firing at us and not in any mood to listen to reason, so we'll have to wait on that. I do like the game basically, it's already done that with the hillbillies, so it outright tells you this time, yeah, it's happening again. Luckily these two guys were kind of nice to me. Often this one can be a little annoying. First, before we actually go up these stairs, we're going to go behind them, because there's a lot of hidden ammo in this area that's kind of behind stuff, or behind you. Like this. It's always nice to have the extra grenades. Even if you're never going to ever use them because they're garbage, but it's always nice to have them. Just in case you ever actually do need them, which will never come up. Unless we run out of ammo for literally everything else, including the infinite ammo pistol. So here we are, we're finally on the deck, which is neat. We have a change of scenery now, we can see the sky, or the overcast mess that is the sky at the moment. And let's just grab this shotgun ammo behind this box before we advance and take on these guys over there. I like the music dropping the bass line to get more frantic here as well. This is a pretty good use of that to give you a sense that the situation is escalating now that the main character has recognized what the situation is. It gives a good sense of the kind of panic nature of how that person's probably feeling at the moment with, oh god, I want to start working with these guys because they're obviously not the problem, but they're not listening to me. That kind of thing. It definitely works for the atmosphere. Oop, and that door went flying. As you can probably guess, that's because there's yet another minigun enemy here. So let's take him out first, and then we can focus on the little guy on the stairs. Who's adorable, but not our main problem right now. Let's take out the little guy. Go right up in there, and come on, shove it in the belly. There we are. Boom. So let's climb these stairs, get to the next deck, take this guy out, who's right point blank. One of the more annoying things can be when he's reloading, when you're in the middle of the grenade going down, because it can be like, oh come on, reload faster, before it comes back to me and I have to find him again, yeah. Can be a little bit of a pain. Yep, a few more enemies to take down. Not too many. Yeah, we're doing pretty well for health here. This part of the game's fairly lenient with that kind of thing. Let's just explore down here to make sure there's nothing that I'm missing down here. Which, oddly enough, there actually was. I'd never actually seen this before, this little ammo cache. This was something I only just discovered during the recording. I missed it when I was doing the test run through. So let's go up this ladder to the next deck up. If we can stop wall hugging. There we are. Looks like we found our actual problem. Yeah, it's not just ghosts we're dealing with now, it's also a behemoth. That's interesting. Let's just take these two out, and then we'll see what's going on with that. Now from here, as you can tell, there are really no other decks to explore, all the stairs are out. So let's advance and see where we can go. All these places are definitely all shut down, as are these. See if we can work out a good place to go. Classic.
What the hell's going on? Got a Yank in the tank. Well, blame his sideways. Uncle Sam setting more stowaways, eh?
Hey, can it! I got the gun and it's pointed at your neck. You just tell me where I am and who the hell you are.
Yes, just a moment. Cold. Colder. Left. That's it. Warm. Warm. Hot. Yes. Jolly good show. Colonel Freddie Fortescue, 3rd Regiment Royal Horse Artillery, at your service.
Well, Colonel, just what exactly are you doing here, playing soldiers in this jumped-up bathtub?
Why, I'm haunting you, of course. Mission is to protect His Majesty's gold, sir.
Gold?
Why, yes. HMS Victoria, commandeered liner, ferrying troops and supplies. The spoils of war, don't you know? Sunk in 45. Been battling for the gold ever since.
But you're dead.
Dish and baloney. The Fortescue family have been fighting man and boy for old Blighty for over 1,000 years. And we've never let a little thing like death get in the way of a good scrap. Why, there's a Fortescue on every battlefield of the civilized world. Agincourt dead, Waterloo dead, Dunkirk dead.
All right, I get the point. But who are you fighting against?
Who, sir? What side, if you don't mind? The beast, plaguing the ship. Haven't you seen it? Mine did start off as a chap, I suppose.
I don't understand.
All in my dispatches, no time for that now. Used a wireless of all things, recording cylinders, just the job. You'll hear the whole damn yarn.
This beast happened to be a ghost, too.
I'd nod my head if it wasn't such a damn wrinkle.
And I guess it's the reason I'm here.
Turned out our cargo had more to it than met the eye. It was under strictest orders to keep safe and keep secret. A certain gold statue our chaps had won back from the Nazis. The dagger of Poseidon, were the king's ransom apparently, but infamous too. Surrounded by a lot of spiritual mumbo-jumbo. That godforsaken sea dog, Captain Croc, was furious when he knew it was a ball. Never take the dagger of Poseidon to sea. Captain, I know. But now I know what I know, and here we all are. Ghosts. We could do with a chap like you. Had a yak alongside once before. Jolly good egg.
Really?
All in my dispatches. Now then, by the looks of Alpha and Delta team, you haven't exactly been helpful to the cause.
I'm sorry, I think I put a few of them out of action.
Chin up, soldier. They've gone to a better place.
Maybe.
It's over. Well, I'll call my men off pronto. Nothing worse than friendly fire. As Nanny used to say, don't bash Bernie, he's your brother. Here's the plan. Going to dynamite the enemy. Foolhardy scheme, but desperate times, you all that. The beast's down in the end. But now, a good soldier adapts to the situation and never gets caught out twice. So if you could just...
Yeah, I think Freddie Fortescue is probably my favourite character in this game. He's both a callback to Medieval, but he's also kind of amazing in his own right. And yeah, Medieval was made by the same people.
This is Alpha Team reporting in. The intruder was seen entering the bridge at 0800 hours. Colonel Fortescue is MIA, assumed compromised. Intruder is extremely dangerous and must be faced with extreme prejudice.
Oh shit. Well, on that note, I will see you next time as we explore the rest of the ship, residential areas and cabins.